Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Fight.
From the gun, Humphreys. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down and inches. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Humphreys. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Go.
Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. And it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Be a long day for you.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Ready?
On 3rd and 2, Humphries. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Room here to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator.
Off play action. Humphries. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Terry. Touchdown, Packers! As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Wilson. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Take 4. General West.
Check the backer.
5.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On the ready.
Mike, both.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
44, Mike, 44.
Gone.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson, his throw incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Hey, zoom. Let go.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Packers 14, Bengals nothing.
Ready? 50, plant.
57 to Mike. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Humphries. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people are wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done. Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Let's get Let's get off the field, D.
Five.
Operating from the gun, Humphries. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Let's go. Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Badgley hit from 59 in his rookie season. This one not quite as long, but he shows off that big leg by hitting another from distance. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
To throw again. Humphries Space to maneuver at the 40. Throw left side complete. That's Hernandez. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball. 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Humphries completes it to Hardman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Humphries. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the left side. Slade. And able to work his way down to the 16. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 16.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
On first down, Humphries. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Humphries. And he's going to go down again.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Give them 17 at a Cincinnati first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Ain't no such thing as a late streak. To it, ready?
The first down carry here for Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
Every day, any day. Watch the shift. Watch the shift.
61, matchbox, locked out.
Now Johnson. And an alley to run. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Packers' 35-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, Sam off.
To throw is Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Shreds the tackle. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get this. Quick that.
80 weapon.
Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
53 is the mark. Let's go.
Wilson operating from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, exit. Hey, just get it.
2nd and 2. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that, Burko?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back inside for the completion.
Throwing right, and that's complete. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
2nd and 15. He's going to air one out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Humphries. Over the middle, complete. It's Hernandez. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
General West. Smooth.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
Go. Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Humphreys. He's going to float this over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Bullock good on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Packers 31, Bengals 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
So we got man.
Under 10. Under 10. Lock it. Go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go. 60 yards.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
And
Four down. Check.
come. Be grip.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the Packers 39-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
I'm here all day.
Go.
Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now the 2nd-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
23 yards on the play. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
10-2 stop. Ready.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Off the play fake. Humphries. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Terry. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 51 yards.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hurry.
Now Jones. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Wilson. Screen play, Johnson. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Two draw corkers.
Check 52.
Ready.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Sponge. No. Down.
From the gun, Wilson. Open man is Higgins. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Number 85.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
70, Indy.
54 Mike.
You must be dreaming. Hey, Alpha.
50 Mike, go.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do.
And look at this. It's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Ready.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Slade. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lawson. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal.
And Bullock will put this one through. But wait up now. A flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the 1st. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Mike's by 4. I got one.
Shoot.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he can get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lawson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. And now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Greystone travel.
Now Wilson on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Higgins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will get them one closer. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll sink now to 0-4. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.